Getting money for home renovations, how to find out if you qualify for that.
And new details about the cause of that deadly Rock Falls house fire.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. I'm Chris Langlois.
And I'm Emily Scarlett. First, we have some breaking news about an accident right on the border of Davenport and Bettendorf. This is at Middle Road in Kimberly. Our crews are live on the scene now. This is that accident. We don't have very many details at this time, but we do know that Middle Road is closed at that intersection of Kimberly Road. Stick with Local 4 News. We'll bring you any new details as this story develops. Also this morning, a new program could help some East Moline homeowners by giving them money to fix up their houses. It's
called the Single Family Owner Occupied Rehabilitation Program, and Local 4's Greta Patrick joins us now in our newsroom. And Greta, how is the city able to give out this money?
Well, good morning, Chris and Emily. They received a grant from the Illinois Attorney General. Rock Island Economic Growth Corporation teamed up with a few different cities around our area. Together, they got over $3 million in grant funds. East Moline is using their portion of that money for home rehabilitation program. This is the first time East Moline has offered this kind of assistance for homeowners, and East Moline's finance director Megan Peterson says this is probably the only time it'll be offered. The goal of this program is to make sure low to moderate income families in East Moline can get their houses up to minimum quality standards. At least 4 homes could get up to $30,000. That money could be used for roofing, siding, windows, heaters or air conditioners, or other necessary improvements. Peterson says the goal is to help families that might not necessarily have the resources available to do these repairs that are needed on their homes.
It will help the residents improve their houses. Quality of life for those residents should improve a little bit just by having, better windows. The house can stay warmer. Siding, roofs so there's not leaks in their house.
And even more people could get some of the grant money, but that's only if those first 4 don't use all $30,000. So if you feel there's things that need to be done to your house and you don't have another way to pay for them, get your application into East Moline City Hall by 4:30 tomorrow. They'll hold a drawing for the recipients in council chambers on February 17th. Greta Patrick, Local 4 News this morning.
Thanks, Greta. A proposal to shrink the size of the Rock Island County Board got a lot of people talking last night. The proposal being considered would cut the board from 25 to 15 members. County Administrator Dave Ross says no action can be taken until after the next census in 2020. The resolution also proposes cutting retirement benefits and county health coverage for all board members.
I do not believe that part-time public servants should be entitled to health insurance and pensions.
I do not feel that should be a burden of the taxpayers of Rock Island County.
We need to act on things, and this is an opportunity for the people of this county to see it happen.
Right now, Rock Island County State's Attorney John McGee is reviewing the resolution to make sure it's legal. Board members say they expect the resolution to be brought up for a vote at their March meeting.
An electrical problem could be to blame for the deadly house fire in Rock Falls last month. Officials are now saying that the blaze that killed 5 family members may have started with a power outlet that was overloaded. Last month, investigators said that fire was accidental and began on the first floor. And fire officials have identified the person found dead inside a burning home on Tuesday morning in Burlington. Firefighters say 64-year-old Sherry Daniels died of smoke inhalation before she could be rescued from her home there. It took fire crews 6 hours to put out that fire. The cause has not yet been determined, but they say it's not considered suspicious.
A Davenport doctor has agreed to pay a $10,000 fine after being accused of prescribing medication to people that were not his patients. The Iowa Board of Medicine says 44-year-old Paul Bolger reached a settlement to pay the civil penalty. The board says Bolger prescribed medication based solely on an internet request and did not establish a relationship or review patients' medical history. Bolger denies breaking any laws but agreed to settle to avoid expensive litigation.
The Iowa Senate will introduce a bill today that would end Medicaid privatization plans. That change is scheduled to take place on March 1st, although the state still has not received federal approval for that. The The plan would turn over management of the state's Medicaid program to 3 managed care companies. Lawmakers say they'll introduce a bill today that would terminate contracts with those businesses. Governor Branstad says he will veto that bill.
You don't have to drive too far to catch the latest cars and trucks. The Iowa-Illinois Regional Auto Show will park in the Quad Cities this weekend. Organizers have rolled out the carpet for some stars of the show. Chevy, GMC, and Honda are some of the automakers showcasing their latest models. There will also be an antique auto display.
It's great fun. To me, it's like throwing a party and inviting an entire city to come to your party.
That's a good way of thinking of it. The Iowa-Illinois Regional Auto Show runs from Friday through Sunday at the River Center in Davenport. And car shows are always a lot of fun. Even if you aren't in the market to purchase a new car, lots of fun to look at them.
Right, I like cars. I'm not a huge car guy by any means, but covered that story last year. It's probably one of the more fun stories I've covered. Just such a good time. Lots to look at there.
Definitely. Let's check in with meteorologist Anthony Peoples on this Friday Eve. That's one type of window shopping I don't mind doing every now and then.
Yeah, and it gets you inside on these very cold days too.
It's like a time traveling machine too, because they have all the 2017, even some sneak peek 2018 models there. Who knew that those were out already there?
Yeah, you know, they like to showcase those things early to get you interested in it. And, you know, just like weather people talk about upcoming snowstorms that might get you interested too.
All right, speaking of, we got the weekend coming up. I don't think you said anything about a snowstorm, but some possible snow, right?
Yeah, you know, yesterday I mentioned that we would have some light snow coming in here for tonight, and that's still on track for tonight. But the evidence is growing that we're going to have a bigger snow later in the weekend. Right now, 11 degrees in Moline. Winds are calm, so we're not seeing much of a wind chill. However, there is a light breeze in Davenport where the temperature is 7, so your wind chills are closer to 0. We do have below 0 wind chills to the north. It feels like 10 below 0 right now in Clinton, 6 below 0 in Galena. While to the south, wind chills are below 0 around Burlington and Fairfield, but single digits above to the south. Skies are clearing from north to south across the area. So if you have clouds in our southern hometowns, you're going to see some sunshine move in this morning. And the rest of us will see clouds move in later today. So clearing skies this morning, temperatures falling to around 7. And this afternoon, the increasing clouds come in, and we'll see a high temperature making it up to 23 degrees. Our high yesterday was 19, so we're going to have a little bit of improvement for today. And we'll talk more about the little bit of snow coming into tonight and early tomorrow morning. You know, yesterday I mentioned we could have a slippery commute tomorrow morning. That's looking more likely, but the bigger story will be what's coming in for Valentine's Day.
And you saw me all bundled up when I came in this morning. You said it's technically better today, but when you have a few days in a row here of those cold temperatures, it just starts grating on you over time there.
Yeah, you know, temperatures may be a few degrees warmer this morning, but like I said, the cold, it just settles in, and once it does, you just don't seem to get warm.
Can't seem to find the heat. Thanks, Anthony.
Thanks, Anthony. Well, coming up, those long hours on the couch aren't just affecting your metabolism.
The time now is 5:09. We've got your top health stories right after the break.
Stay with us. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Chris Langlois, Emily Scarlett, and meteorologist Anthony Peoples. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.